Trump is coming to Saudi Arabia to do business economically and militarily. That, along with the crisis in Yemen and Syria, are going to be his main focus with Saudi King Salman bin Abdulaziz and Gulf Cooperation Council leaders.
He wants to revive, to uplift the traditional alliances which were weakened during the Obama administration. And one basic alliance is the American Saudi, the American Gulf, the American Arab relations.
On Sunday, however, the U.S. president is going to attend the Arab Islamic American Summit. Dozens of leaders have been invited as Trump wants to get the Islamic world on board his developing Middle East policy.
Two objectives. One, I think there is a general consensus on, which is terrorism. There is no disagreement about that. But the second objective U.S. tries to do is to mobilize these countries against Iran. And on this issue, there is no as much consensus.
Up until now, Donald Trump's administration couldn't put precise visions for the regional conflicts in the Middle East. He talks about fighting terrorism as a concept, but how to fight or to enhance this fight. The U.S. administration has no plans. Concerning Iran's nuclear deal, Trump used to have a clear stance. Now it's obvious that there are divisions within his administration.
But even if Trump comes with a clear objective on Middle Eastern files, analysts doubt that the meeting with the Islamic countries would come up with concrete solutions.
Meetings which gather a large number of leaders must be looked at with its symbolic perspective. It's very common that in these meetings, no decisive decisions are taken. It's mainly an opportunity to find common grounds and build trust between the U.S., Arab, and Islamic states.
Trump is reportedly going to recommend that Arab states would create an Arab NATO to replace the initiative of the Arab League's joint military forces that has been fading out lately. Meeting leaders of the Islamic countries definitely change a lot of perspective that people in Islamic countries have developed for Trump. Many here see it as a positive step. However, for a man who seems to change his opinions quickly, hopes are Muslims won't see a different version of the US president once he leaves for Israel. Adel El Mahrouky, CGTN, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Let's get more now from CGTN's Adel Mahrouky, his live for us in Riyadh. Adel, during campaigns, President Trump was accused of having an anti-Muslim commentary. How is his visit being viewed in the Middle East?
Well, Trump seems to be intentionally wanting to change that perspective by selecting Saudi Arabia to be his first overseas visit. Gulf countries are praising the visit. They are more than happy with the preparations and the announcement that he will be here first. They see it as a very positive step. They see it as amending the ties that were quite tensed with GCC countries and Barack Obama, mainly because of the Iranian nuclear deal. They see Trump has a different perspective on that regard, something closer to their opinions, and they want to build up on that significantly. Not just that, they're also giving Trump the room to meet leaders of the Arab world and the Islamic world at the same time, all in one visit. He's coming to the birthplace of Islam here in Saudi Arabia to indicate that what we've seen in the past from his criticism might not be or might not continue in the coming period. But overall, he comes to talk not just about Islam. He wants to fight terrorism. He wants business deals, not just with the Gulf countries, but with the Arab countries, including North African countries as well.
Right. And what is President Trump hoping to achieve with his visit to Saudi Arabia?
Well, he mainly wants to have a cooperation within the Islamic country framework to fight terrorism. Trump, as a candidate, has been criticizing the amount of effort and expenses the U.S. pay or costs the U.S. budget in general to fight extremist groups overseas, mainly in the Middle East. He wants to have this region take care of itself with less cost on the U.S. He seems now to be wanting to turn it into an opportunity for more arms sales through the Gulf countries in particular and the rest of the region. So he wants this region to move on more forward, to have more on-ground presence to combat this rise of threat of the extreme ideologies or the terrorist organizations in the region, whether it's in Libya, Syria, Iraq, and Saudis here believe in also in Yemen. So overall, if he succeeds in that, it would be a win for him and maybe a win from the Gulf perspective. They want arms deals, they want to construct arms manufacturing association here in Saudi Arabia, an initiative the Deputy Crown Prince Mohammed, the son of King Salman, wants to take place with a U.S. intelligence, with a U.S. infrastructure and contractors. All of this means that they seem, even without meeting, that seems to be there's a lot of agreement between the two.
All right, Adel Mahrouky in Riyadh, thank you for joining us.